Hello, welcome to the channel. This is Westworld Season 3, Episode 2, entitled The Winter Line. Now, thoughts on the last episode, or on the back half of that one? Apparently, there was an end credit sequence on the first episode. Like, it's not just season finale end credits that I'm messing up on. Alright, gonna take a quick peek, and, see what it is. Maeve? Excuse me? I'm not mad. German? What is... Are we in... Are we in... Wait a minute. I mean, we had Samurai Land last season introduced, right? I guess technically in Season 1 they teased it, but... Fucking Nazi world? Like, what is this, European theater world? Where are they? What the fuck was that? Alright, that was the outro sequence from the first episode. Maeve is in some sort of, I'm guessing, Nazi world? Fucking World War II world? Like, what? What? I mean, I watched the original Westworld movie and did a review of it on the old channel in 2017. I have not uploaded that to here yet. Don't know if I will, but in that movie there was like the medieval land and the Westworld and a Rome place. And the medieval land was kind of like a running joke with people because it was on HBO along with Game of Thrones, so people were saying, what if Game of Thrones was a wing of Westworld? How wild would that be or something? But we're not metaversing this yet. This isn't Disney, okay? We're not multiversing, connecting everything. Yeah, so what does that mean? Like, is she in a park, or is that just her code is, you know, in a hard drive that is simulating or, you know, doing this thing? I don't know. Anyway... The first episode, we met Caleb, and eventually he met up with Dolores at the end. And it was funny because, like, when Dolores first met William, she collapsed into his arms. And now this happened again, like, she collapsed into Caleb's arms. You know, in that first episode, it was people being stuck in their loops. People being stuck in the grind and just repeat, and unable to break and, you know, deviate. So it's interesting that Dolores, as this agent of free will, is now out in the real world and is, you know, Caleb said he was looking for something real, someone real, and then she stumbled onto him. So, and then that kind of also echoes off the Season 2 outro after credits where old William said, you know, was talking about choices and, you know, prove to me that I make my own choices and blah 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 blah. No one tells me what I can do, blah 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 blah. Fidelity. Yeah, tonally that first episode was completely different than everything else in Westworld because we weren't there, you know, we were in the real world, but I'm not mad at it so far. The action, the intrigue, I want to say that it seemed like maybe they dialed down on some of the dark, or not dark, but deep talk or philosophical rabbit holes of... I mean, I guess if we're going on, we're past the consciousness phase, right? This is apparently about liberation or about conquering, and that's kind of more straightforward than self-realization, self-activating, knowing your purpose, seeing the puppet strings, that sort of thing. So, I'm interested... So yeah, I know there's varied opinions on this season. It's too early to tell, but I can tell there is something a little different about this. It's not worse or better, I'd say, just different. But if you wanted more of the first two seasons, and you got that action, future set piece out in the real world, if the whole season's like that, I'll be cool with it, but I can understand if you wanted the deeper, darker, the philosophical, you know, the rabbit holes, the headaches. No, if you wanted that, I can understand so far. But now that we've seen that Maeve outro sequence, I don't know what to think. And now this episode is called The Winter Line, and that has me thinking of The Winter Soldier, which I know is completely different, but it's like World War II era. So, like, is this going to be a Maeve episode? I don't know, but I would like to find out. So, Season 3, Episode 2 of Westworld, entitled The Winter Line. Here we go. Okay. Achtung! Polizei! Hallo! Ich bin Noah.
It's okay.
What? What?
It's only me.
Hector! What?
I thought you were dead.
Death is overrated for ones like us.
They better have a good explanation for this.
You're working steadily.
Oh, what, death pill to get out? This poor guy.
The Allies would be slaughtered. Unless we could get them this.
What is going on with this episode? Are they programmed not to be seen? What is this? Like, are we in the hills of Italy? I don't understand.
Let us pass immediately.
Will it work? You didn't need to shove the pill into his eye. You could have stuck your finger through there, but... Although poison you have to ingest. Venom can be injected. Those guys are horrible shots. Switch, I need a pilot program right now. Mouse, operator.
Oh my God. You don't know who I am, do you? Give them the plans. They're as empty as the safe you used to chase.
Do what you ask.
It's all right, darling.
See, this isn't lens flare. This is just a blown out light source.
Because none of it is real.
Hey, I got one of those. Divergent South China Sea. I'm assuming this is like the Rehoboth machine or whatever, and not like a Dolores or robot like network.
Westworld.
The island. Let's get the Jurassic Park theme, right? I don't remember shit being on fire though. Like there was the shootout.
Seem to use her as cannon fodder.
Why is Felix getting new shots? Or was this from an earlier season? I don't remember. Oh yeah, and it was funny that like Bernard worked at a butcher place or a grow meat place, but then he also, you know, worked at this butcher place.
Said freeze all motor functions.
Oh dear, you're a bit thick, aren't you? Let me explain.
This can't be real either. Oh, up the nose? Total Recall? Sizemore. Wait, why are you...
New narrative we gave her.
He's got the limp, like, from after he was shot up, but he died.
This is art. My art.
I'm not mad at Hector and Sizemore being back, as long as it's, like, only for a little appearance. If they're legitimately back, I'll feel kind of cheated.
It's not you.
Because death and sacrifice and end has to mean something.
Get careful.
They shot you.
Half a dozen times. Just happy they missed my heart.
And all arteries.
It's an artistic travesty. And the most nuanced character arc is that of the goddamn Panzer tank.
You hate the world.
I'm having trouble believing Westworld is up and running again. And, Sizemore's back, and, oh, here we are. Ford's old house. Very dusty. The head went there and the blood went around it. I'm glad they didn't do a flashback of it and show us, like, you know, don't spoon feed the viewers. Stubbs, are you serious? I guess that's confirmation that Stubbs was a robot. Or he's just hanging out looking like one, being still. Out the neck, that's not a fatal for him. That'd be nice to, like, turn off pain real quick and then operate and put your shit back on.
Sorry. Stubbs, why were you trying to blow yourself up?
It's my job to protect every host in the park. I guess you could say I was made redundant. It's the last job the boss gave me. Cover your tracks, give you a fighting chance to escape.
Interesting.
I guess you fucked that up. Why are you back here, Bernard?
Dolores. I don't know how to stop her. She's out to destroy the human race or enslave it. I don't know what she's planning.
She brought you back, and you brought her back.
Someone strong enough to stop her if it comes to that.
Maeve.
Yo. They had...
Tablet's broken.
They had a face-to-face in season 2 when they met, right?
It's my job to protect you.
He's a host in the park.
What you need?
Yeah, that's funny. Good, bad, or indifferent, he's got purpose.
I'm here.
No time for that, darling. Where's that little sports car of yours?
She just skipped through like half of his prompts. But they're not getting shot at this time. It's probably the exact same shot, just a little tighter without the effects
Why are you
of
stuck?
the fake bullets.
There's a plane waiting.
The plane is a lie, like everything else here. This world wasn't meant for us.
I can't abandon the resistance.
Are there tighter parameters on them now? Because even before she had superpowers, she could influence him with words, you know. Like, not program. Like, she can influence him through conversation, not through using programming or commands.
Couldn't smuggle a vehicle out, so these will have to do.
Especially since they're not even real horses, you know. It is a vehicle. I still don't like. It's too.
Where's QA?
No expression. Don't like it.
Left them here while corporate makes a decision about.
Season 1 in the basement. Yep. All that cabling, ladder racks for feed trays for wiring. Is she really here with him, or is this all a layer of control, you know?
When I was looking for my daughter, I never set foot in this place.
Well, then, who operated the Li-Fi cannons?
I got them through the door, but someone else must have locked it behind them.
This lines up with being in the real world if
There's nobody else.
Bernard and Dolores were here.
Lights.
Island ends.
What on earth got into you?
I'm sorry.
Is he a host? No, I don't trust you all of a sudden.
You didn't make it after all, did you?
There it is. Right, because they were doing fidelity tests, so would he know the difference?
Job replicating you.
Yeah, Bernard didn't know that he was Arnold.
But it's not you.
Of course it's me, I was just there.
Oh, it's a good script. Even you believe it.
Wow.
I'm me, Lee Sizemore.
Side. Have we seen No, Clementine didn't make it. She was the zombie last season. Her brain got done taking it out.
She's not here, then where the hell is she?
No, it's not true. I am.
Why is it lagging right now? Seizing. Oh, I don't like that.
Hold a minute.
Fucking simulation. But all the details of Dolores being there and the forge, like, how did whatever this manipulation is know about all that?
And the illusion doesn't stop with you. It extends to everything.
So, are you in a hologram, or are you in a digital interface?
It's all a construct.
That's the word I was looking for.
This is why I'm looking forward to retirement.
Retirement. That's funny, because like in Blade Runner, killing the robots was called retiring them, and he tried to retire himself.
Whoever's doing this has gone to a lot of trouble to test me, find out what I know. You led me to the forge for a reason, didn't you? You were never this obsessed with anyone. Other than yourself.
A relentless fucking experience.
Whoever programmed this world cut a few corners. Applied the same code inside the simulation as they used to build the simulation itself.
Never have your OS and your video games on the same hard drive. Keep them separate. That's what she just said.
What is the square root of -1?
And not, you can't.
-1 equals I times I,
Which is the same as the square root of -1 times the square root of -1, right?
and -1 times -1 should be equal to the principal square root of 1.
What's the point of this little exercise?
To demonstrate. Dividing by zero almost, like to a calculator, like trying to make it do something that can't be. Okay, I didn't know she was going to clock someone or what.
Ask her to do more than part her legs. She gets confused.
You overtaxed the system. What happens if you add more complexity?
A big breakdown, motherfucker. What do you think? A cascade. I mean, even if she gives 50 people the pamphlets, are there going to be 50 people descending onto the airplane?
I thought the parks were shut down.
Are we in Westworld or Game of Thrones? Game of Thrones land. I'm looking at sigils. I'm looking for That was... Oh, no. Those are the showrunners of Game of Thrones. Speak of the devil! Fucking Drogon! What the fuck? I know that was just an Easter egg, but oh no.
Work fast, Bernard.
Ugh.
I've been searching my code on a tablet I made outside the park. But if Dolores planted a corruption in my code, that same corruption might mean I'd create a tablet that would ignore it.
Well, he was doing self-scans and checks to make sure he wasn't tampered.
Bernard Lowe.
You're the wanted man. She never saves this guy. Is there a point? Like, this fucking Groundhog's Day that they operate in.
He has something to hide. In his jacket pocket.
You won't remember anyway, Hector. He's the spy. Oh, everyone has the plans. Wow.
Save you the trip, darling.
I was gonna say, why are we doing bullet time? But if this is a simulation and we're freezing it, that would be fine by me. He didn't have any plans. Why would we shoot at him?
Don't tell me you're frozen too.
Fair enough. She's an expert.
Congratulations.
Did she say in season 1?
No, darling. This is where we really are.
Riot control? Oh my. Unlimited force, assertive crowd control instead of passive. Escape. Out. Or it just takes the bullets, no problem. I mean, it's a good thing they have maintenance drones with a riot control mode, which is impervious to their, bullets, right? Like, you're getting some damages.
We were in the library. Dolores focused on a select group of guest profiles. She seemed intent on finding out everything she could about this guy.
Liam, yep.
Freeze all motor functions.
Is he gonna leave him there? Like, nah, I might need you later.
You just got yourself a new core directive.
To protect Bernard Lowe at all costs.
Bring yourself back online.
One of my help you could have just asked for.
That's so funny. He's kind of enslaving him, but the guy is also kind of like wants to help. Hey, it's the Divergence photo. Now, where are we? The strategy for this season better not be introduce so many things you have no idea what's happening. And then at the end, they're just like, this is what it is. Looks like a character from Overwatch. Who are you? Oh, I know that guy. Not in this universe, obviously.
We are in the middle of a war. And I need your help to win it.
An oracle would merely predict the future. Our work is to create it.
I think I know who this is, but
I can't imagine you would.
I'm not entirely sure.
No. Something I helped build.
Yeah, the thing on the outside that's
very recently
running everything, right?
We were creating a better world. The emergence of someone very dangerous, someone we couldn't predict.
Is this the mystery partner that Dempsey Jr. was locked out of? Because he said his dad created some shit with somebody.
There's someone we haven't accounted for.
Neo.
Dolores.
I want you to track her down and kill her.
If you know anything about me, it's that I do no one's bidding.
Safer to leave her dead.
We've got enough on the wrong foot. Perhaps next time we talk, I can persuade you that our interests are aligned.
Next time? Good episode. Not what I was expecting at all. And, wonder if there's a post-credit, so I'm gonna stick around again. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here. Alright, Westworld 3-2, The Winter Line. People put up a lot of walls, bring a sledgehammer to your life. Okay. Alright, so Maeve is back. She's been manipulated in a simulation. They want her to go get Dolores. Meanwhile, Bernard was also working towards Dolores. It wasn't he talking about using or referenced Maeve and them clashing or coming at odds with each other? Which to me, you know, it's I think it was season 2 when Maeve and Dolores met up and at a campsite, and then they each went their own separate way. But okay, that all just happened. It's a lot to take in. Yeah, her waking up in War World, which was itself, I believe it to be a simulation. You know, they were all contained there. So from this point on, between simulations, augmented realities, timelines, copies of people, and fuckery, uploads, reloads, it's yeah, exactly. No, it was good to see Sizemore and Hector back, even though I don't think we're gonna get them again. I felt in the beginning kind of cheapened by their return, like, aren't they dead? What happened? You know, it's gotta mean something. Everyone can't come back. But then, you know, it was a simulation. Things weren't exactly one-to-one as they were before. And then the simulation ended, so I take it that they're gone. If they come back, then I'll assume we're in another simulation. Unless that's a misdirect, but just a simulation though. Makes me wonder how many actual parks there were at Westworld. You know, I had mentioned the movie had Medieval Land, Rome World, and Westworld as part of the Delos playground, so to speak. But you know, with simulations, shit, you could do a million fucking things. And if you could just plug people in and just matrix them a memory, you know, total recall it. Probably be safer, well, maybe probably be safer than having robots running around with guns, but, you know, plugging into the brain is also kind of gray territory, so we got to see very briefly Medieval Land, Westworld, and the showrunners of the show popped in there with Drogon and a whole bunch of prop pieces in the background. I'm sure that is just Easter Eggville, if I take a look at it. I am a fan of Stubbs being confirmed a host, but then I wonder why Seesaw Motor Functions didn't work around him in the first season. You know, then again, it didn't work on Arnold until a certain point, so. But, you know, Bernard kind of reprogrammed him, and you're kind of using him. You know, you're kind of doing a human thing and just making him do what you need him to do, but Stubbs' personality also kind of lent itself to him wanting to help, wanting to complete tasks, and I guess that's a better outcome than letting, you know, Bernard row away and then he retires himself on the beach. Yeah, this isn't going to be, you know, a review and an Easter egg hunt down the rabbit hole, because I just watched this damn thing. It's all fresh in my head, and I'm not versed enough to be able to spit it back at you, so I'm going to stop this right here. It was a lot of fun. I look forward to the next episode, but it'll be in a few days, so thanks again for being here. Hope it was worth your time, and I look forward to the next one, so thanks again, and goodbye.